Hi there, Summoners. GuardianE here with another live reaction and first impression video for Fire Emblem Heroes. And tonight we are getting the reveal of the next set of new heroes that are dropping into the game in just a couple of days. Now this is a little unorthodox because we did already get a mythic slash legendary slash, whatever hero banner earlier in the month. So the timing is a little weird, and we're getting a new hero banner at the end of the month. So something's up, something's unusual, not really sure. We got the trailer pulled up here. Let's go ahead and watch it together for the first time. All right, let's wait for the text to leave, and there we go. All right, so what do we got? New heroes join the battle. Oh, it's a duo, right out of... Zealous and... Oh, it's the Brave... It's the... Oh, okay. So it's the Brave Choose Your Legends winners as duo. Okay. All right. So, okay. So Ike is the lead in this duo, and Roy. So Ike and Roy were the male winners of year one. Okay. So it would stand to reason that Lynn is going to be in the second duo, right? So it's going to be Lynn and was it Lucina? It was Lucina. Yeah. Okay. All right. So they're doing duos and rehashes of the older Choose Your Legends versions as duos. Okay. All right. That's interesting. I mean, so part of me really likes the idea behind that because it's those classic designs were really great, and a part of me, it kind of warms a part of me because it kind of harkens back to when Fire Emblem Heroes, was a much simpler game, and, back to the origins of the game. Obviously, looking at this set of skills, and only 2 skills, obviously that slaps me back into the reality of where we are right now, but just seeing the designs, again, the designs were so good, of the legendary heroes, and they always are, but it does strum a little nostalgia for me, for sure, to see Ike and Roy in their Choose Your Legends garb with new art and as a duo, so that's unusual, okay? So it looked like they were going to be an infantry axe unit, right? Irvin Brilliance here, 16 might, Killer Slaying effect, okay. Looks like they've got a Bulwark effect for the first part, okay. At start of turn, grants Radiant Hero, and neutralizes foes' bonuses during combat to unit and allies within 2 spaces of unit for 1 turn. Radiant Hero is, unit can't counterattack, regardless of foes' range. Okay, so it gives all counter to all allies within 2 spaces as a buff, as a bonus. Okay, all right. I mean, to be fair, I will say that we've gotten to the point these days where most heroes that want to have close counter or distant counter can easily get it. It's just so accessible now. But that being said, it is still ridiculous to just be able to bestow that as a passive skill or an activated skill. Grants plus 15 to all stats, okay. Unit deals plus 25 damage, no conditions whatsoever, just deals 25 true damage, and then 15 to all stats. Reduces damage from foes attacks by 15, so a flat true damage reduction as well. Reduces damage from foes specials by an additional 15, okay? And grants special cooldown count -2 to unit before unit's first follow-up attack during combat. Alright, so of course there's going to be something wonky with the math here where he's going to be able to get, or they're going to be able to get a pre-charge before their first follow-up attack, which would mean, so Killer Slaying effect gives it a Ether's Course. I can already see the special is 5 cooldown, so it's going to be 4 cooldown. Getting a -2 before unit's first follow-up attack is going to be bring it down to another 2. And then presumably, since it's an Ike character these days, usually he has the whole thing where he swaps the turn or the attack order, so he tanks the hits. So that, in addition to him probably getting an additional charge when getting hit, is going to allow him to do an insta proc, right? And then, but the second hit, is he gonna proc it twice? I'm not sure. We'll have to see. Probably. Grants plus 5 to all stats to unit and reduces damage from foes' first attack by 10 during combat. So more. It's kind of weird that they split it like that because neither of those 2 effects has a condition, but they just stack on top of each other. So really, it's plus 20 to all stats and plus, and then reducing by 25 for the first attack. as a set amount, including brave attacks, so including double hits. And then deals damage, okay. Also, when unit special triggers, deals damage equal to unit's max special cooldown value times 4. Okay, so we've got 4 times 4, that's 16. Okay, so yeah, I mean, ridiculous. It's a ridiculous weapon. All right, Ether's Course is the special 5 cooldown. When special triggers, boost damage by the greater of units or foe's defense. Wait, so it just boosts damage by the defense stat? Like, not even a percentage of the defense stat, just the full defense stat? Really? That's absurd. Like, that's like, I don't know why. Why would they do that? All right, so the greater of units of foe's defense restores 50% of units' max HP. Neutralizes foes. Damage reduction piercing. Okay, it has damage reduction piercing. Got it. Foe can make a follow-up attack before unit's next attack during combat. Okay, so that's basically giving desperation, right, to the enemy as they're attacking into Ike, which again is part of his plan to tank the hits. Reduces the effect of deep wounds by 50%. Neutralizes effects that prevent units' counterattacks. Ugh, alright. And reduces damage from foes' attacks by 40%, but if unit receives consecutive attacks, reduces damage from foes' second attack onward by 70% during combat. Alright, so this is an absurd, absolutely stupid special. This is ridiculous and nonsensical that they added this. So just straight up scaling of the special off of a complete stat, so like the entire defense of whichever is greater. The health restoration, which you would expect out of Ether, right? And then the damage reduction piercing as well built in. The changing of the turn order, again, built into the special for some reason. And then being able to neutralize deep wounds effects, as well as preventing, again, neutralizing effects that prevent units' counterattacks is huge. Having that built into the special is something else that, again, is a little difficult to circumvent, if not impossible to circumvent. And so that makes it extremely, extremely difficult. It makes him just together an absolute monster as far as from defensive capabilities. And then again, forcing the enemy to attack multiple times in a row, and having absurd, damage reduction built in and stacking not only all of the flat true damage reduction, but also the percentage damage reduction. Warrior's Blow for the A slot. If unit initiates combat or is within 3 spaces of an ally, grants attack defense +9 to unit, reduces damage from foe's first attack by X. First attack normally means it includes brave attacks. Right. If unit initiates combat, X equals 15, otherwise X equals 7. If unit initiates combat, X equals 15. I see, okay. So he gets more damage reduction if he initiates combat, but again, when he initiates combat, he's forcing the reversal of enemy phasing effectively. Neutralizes effects that grant special cooldown charge +X to foe and inflict special cooldown charge -X on unit during combat. So neutralizing the blade or guard effects, right? Patience for the B slot. If unit initiates combat, foe can counterattack before unit's first attack. Oh, alright, so it's here. Unit initiates combat, foe can counterattack before unit's first attack. I see. So this is what's forcing the part of the reversal to an enemy phase situation. And it's interesting that it's not locked to Ike. So this is something that's going to be inheritable. So other characters that would benefit from that particular chain of events can take advantage of Patience here. Unit inflicts -4 to attack defense res on foe. Foe cannot make a follow-up attack. Really? There's plenty of skills out there that neutralize that, so that's not too worrisome. Foe cannot make a follow-up attack. Deals damage equal to 20% of unit's defense, so more true damage. Reduces damage from foe's attacks by 20% of unit's defense, more true damage reduction. Restores 7 HP to unit when unit deals damage to foe during combat, so healing in addition to the ether healing that he gets. If unit speed at the start of battle is greater than or equal to 30, triggers potent follow X% during combat. If unit cannot perform follow-up and attack twice, X equals 100, otherwise X equals 50. At start of battle, excludes increases to speed granted after ally is deployed, such as legendary effects, myth effects, great talents, bonus heroes, etc. Okay. That's ridiculous. And then Brutal Tempest. Interesting. For the C slot, give him some additional distance, as well as Kanto. move 1 extra space, grants bonus to units stat line during combat equal to the number of spaces that they moved. So yeah, their skills are absolutely absurd. I am curious who else can take advantage of patience other than Ike. Like, or you, I mean, you could inherit it to other Ikes as well. I guess that's the other thing. But yeah, I am curious about that particular piece of it. And then art-wise, yeah, the art looks nice for him. Again, the designs are really, really nice. Is it just me, or is Ike's axe, like, is Irvin, like, way bigger? And it feels like, it kind of feels like Roy's sword is smaller. Like, so it looks like it feels like they reversed sizes from the default art. I could be misremembering the default art, but I just seem to remember that Roy's sword was almost the size of him in the original Choose Your Legends art, and then the axe was nowhere near the size of Ike's blade in this one. But yeah, I mean, they look cool. Again, I have mixed feelings about this, because again, I do like the designs. It does, I think, just resonate in my just my memories, my fond memories of the past Fae, basically. But at the same time, I don't know how I feel about them bringing them back like this. It doesn't feel, I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about it. And also the kit is absurd. It's like, just like the what it does in terms of chaining the effects, all of the damage reduction built in, the ability to bestow distant counter as well, and then all of the special is absurd, like scaling completely off of the defense stat as well. I mean, yeah, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Their army can counter from afar. Their army. They are the army. I don't know what are you talking about. Withstand foes' attacks and smash them with a furious ether. Alright. So let's see here. With the patience effect. Okay. Just a bunch of zeros. Oh boy. Alright. Well, then he gets the Kanto. Okay. And oh yeah, Lucina would have close counter now, right? As part of that effect. Yeah. So she'll tank that, but she'll be able to counter. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I think that would probably be most potent, especially for characters that, again, like I said, most characters that want distant counter or close counter have them, but it could still be useful in instances where you wouldn't normally have close counter on a Lucina. And so certain characters out there could still benefit from having that universal counter ability, even if it's not necessarily the most critical part to add that to their kit, per se. So their Harmonized skill grants resonant shields to unit and allies from the same titles as unit, grants another action to certain target. Can we choose which target? And if Kanto has already been triggered, re-enables Kanto. Okay. Oh, okay, alright. Interesting. Otherwise, target's unit. Oh, okay. If there are allies from the same titles as the unit on the map who have already acted, target's ally with the highest HP among those allies. I gotcha. Okay. Otherwise, target's unit. If multiple targets meet the conditions, effect will not trigger. Okay, so it won't refresh multiple units. There's that at least. Grants another action to a certain target, so if nobody else has acted, it would be them. So they would effectively refresh themselves. It also refreshes their Kanto, which is a really, really powerful ability that just has extreme maneuverability, and they already have the Brutal Tempest, so they're already going to be moving all around the map as it currently stands, right? So having that Kanto built in, being able to do a refresh and refresh the Kanto, just opens up a lot of doors in terms of, skirting away from danger and strategically moving yourself into position. So it's quite good. It is quite good. And if we take a look here, so they're going to use their Harmonized skill. Okay. And yeah, they got themselves a refresh there. And they can move into action. There's going to be the patience. Right. Okay. Oh wait, okay, wait. Okay, hold on. Let's watch this in action a little bit. So, Shield Fighter, Ike's gonna attack, okay, and then get an insta charge for Irvin Brilliance, and then Shield Fighter is gonna activate, and then Aether's Course is gonna activate. Okay, all right. Ridiculous. All right. Okay. And then, okay, so it is the Lyn. It is the Lyn and the Lucina. Oh, they look great.
I'm delighted to partner up with you.
I love the clean line work for them. So that's going to be... Oh, Kaboon, of course. Kaboon always does an amazing job. Yeah, no, they look great. They look really good. I love that they are kind of doing a little bit of a fist bump together, or like a knuckle tap. It's cute. It's cute to see them together like that. Again, the design for them is pretty awesome. I mean, I Lucina with the armor, really slick with the shield on the arm, the plating, the lance behind her. Just it works really well, I think, with Lucina's persona. So I think people have generally lauded this design for Lucina. I think it looks great here too, and I think Kaboon did an amazing job. Lyn also looks great as always. She has the wild fur popping up over the shoulder. She does have the chest armor there as well that kind of tucks in snug. Of course, she does have the sash and the colors, the dagger at the side. It works. It really does work. It's like, you know, it takes her default outfit and adds like a bunch of accents to it that I think really are fitting and work really well. And then again, the kind of glowing elements to it match everything with the green glow, and of course plenty of leg and thigh with Lyn. But yeah, I think they look really smart together. I think it's a great pair to see. And again, I come at it with mixed feelings, I would say, in general. But yes. Okay, so intrinsic Muligir. So 14 might, effective against flying units, killer slaying effect. For allies within 3 rows, 3 columns, so that's pretty large. Grants attack speed +5. Ally deals +7 damage. And neutralizes effects that inflict special cooldown charge -X on unit during combat. And also, if ally speed is greater than foe speed, neutralize effects that guarantee foes follow-up attacks and effects that prevent allies follow-up attacks during combat. So pretty good. Nowhere close to, I think, what Ike had so far, but decent effects and a larger range, I think, is really the difference. So, you know, the effects are not as ridiculous, but it will affect most of the map, basically. And more true damage is definitely not a bad thing. Grants +15 to all stats, and unit deals +25 damage, so that is the same as Ike. Reduces damage from foes' attacks by 15, okay, and yes, this is the exact same, it looks the exact same. Neutralize effects, prevent you, and restore 7 HP. Yeah, it is, okay. Unit can use the following style, intrinsic Muligir style. Okay, so she's got another unique style. I see. I mean, I guess it's kind of appropriate, because Lyn first introduced us to the whole style system in Fire Emblem Heroes, so why not give her another one? I'm curious as to what it's going to be. This time around. Yeah, I am curious. Is she gonna snipe from across the entire map again? She is going to be on a horse this time, so she is going to be cavalry. Arch Rival. So she's got Arch Rival as her special, so she doesn't have a unique special. That is interesting. When special triggers, boost damage by X% of the greater of units or foes' attack. Okay, reduces damage from foes' first attack by 40%. So again, you've got some damage reduction, as well as scaling off of the foe's attack makes sense, and it's a certain percentage, right? It's not just the full stat, which is ridiculous like Ike's. If means the first and second strikes, inflicts special cooldown charge -1 on foe per attack during combat. Also, if unit has a weapon triangle advantage, grants special cooldown count -2 to unit and inflicts special cooldown count +2 on foe before unit's first attack during combat. So special rewind, you know, and all that good stuff, right? All right. So Sakei's Decree as the A slot skill enables Kanto remainder -1. Okay. So Kanto is part of the A slot. At start of player phase or enemy phase, grants empathy, and if unit initiates combat, reduces damage from foe's first attack during combat by 40%, unit and allies within 2 spaces of unit for 1 turn. Okay. So empathy gives bonus stats, all stats, based on the number of bonuses on ally and number of penalties on the enemy. So I can get up to 7 plus 7 to all stats. Yeah. Disable skills of all foes excluding foe in combat. Oh. Oh, interesting. Huh. Having that built into the A slot is quite nice, actually. Grants +9 to all stats to unit. Unit deals +7 damage. Reduces damage from foes' attacks by 7 during combat. And also, if decreasing the speed difference necessary to make a follow-up attack by 10 would allow you to trigger a follow-up attack. Triggers potent follow 100% during combat. Okay, so she gets to be able to double and do full damage from the potent effect as well. And she's going to be speedy. We already know that. She's Lyn. She's going to be fast. Execution Breath for the B slot. If unit initiates combat, deals 7 damage to unit as combat begins. Okay, so we get as combat begins damage here. That is nice. Inflicts speed defense -4 on foe. Deals damage equal to 20% of the greater of foe's speed or defense. Reduces damage from foe's first attack by 7. Okay, including Brave effects. And grants special cooldown charge +1 to unit per attack during combat. Only highest value applied, does not stack. Foe cannot recover HP during or after combat. Oh, interesting. Okay. Alright. And it's not like, I mean, that's not specific like a Deep Wounds thing. That's just a part of the skill. So I think Deep Wounds neutralization wouldn't come into play here, right? Like, she would just prevent HP restoration as a whole. Interesting. Okay. There's actually a lot of good stuff in here with the A slot and the B slot combination. And this is, again, one of those as combat begins, deals damage type things, but with a whole lot more built into it, including the additional true damage as well as damage reduction built in. So there's a lot to like about this B slot skill for sure. C slot, attack, speed, hone, assault. At start of turn, if unit is within 2 spaces of an ally, grants attack speed +6, and reduces the percentage of foes' non-special, reduced damage by X% skills by 50% during combat to unit and allies within 2 spaces of unit for 1 turn. Grants bonus to unit's attack speed equal to the number of allies on the map with that particular skill that she would bestows, right? During combat, status effect, active +2 during combat. Okay. Alright. So, yeah, I mean, their skills not quite as busted as Ike's, but still quite strong. There's no denying that. I am curious about this style because that's going to make or break the unit basically. We'll have to see what this style actually involves. So let's see here. All right, so there's the attack. All right, and oh, they tanked that. Okay, I like how Lucina pulls up the shield, too, to defend them both. It's kind of nice. I like that attention to detail there. Alright.
Leave it to me.
Alright, so so here's the style. Unit can use the following style. Intrinsic Moligear style. Unit can attack from 3 spaces away. Unit cannot attack from 2 spaces. Okay, alright. So this is the Choose Your Legends Byleth ability of being able to attack from 3 spaces away. That's quite strong, especially for a cavalry unit. So, that's effectively going to let her, attack most of the screen, right? And she does have the ability to do the whole Kanto. Grants a weapon triangle advantage against and inflicts weapon triangle disadvantage on armored and cavalry foes during combat. So that's going to synergize with Arch Rival, right? So she's going to have weapon triangle advantage against both of these movement types. And she has advantage or effective damage against flying foes. So that's that should synergize ultimately with Arch Rival. Cannot move through spaces within 3 spaces of foe that has triggered the Bulwark effect. Does not apply if unit has the pass skill. Unit suffers a counterattack if any of the following conditions are met. Right. Okay. Alright, so gaining weapon triangle advantage, again, in particular, because of the synergy with Arch Rival in particular, is quite strong. And then obviously the ability to attack from 3 spaces away is also inherently really, really powerful. So let's just, I just want to see here. So Arch Rival is going to hit for 80% against armored and cavalry foes, right? And also, if unit has weapon triangle advantage, grant special cooldown count -2 to unit and inflict special cooldown count +2 on foe. So it has that. That's where the whole special rewind and special pre-charge happens. So that's really, really strong. Those are actually, I do like that they added that into the style so that it plays into the arch rival element. So I do think that that was clever. This art is great. And yeah, so that is the style. By changing style, they aim at cavalry and armored units at the back, slams foes with 3 powerful attacks. Because she does get the potent ability, right? Execution Breath. I thought she prevented healing. Maybe I didn't look at that carefully enough. Arch rival. All right, and then one shot. Yeah. Okay. Quite strong. And then, Harmonized skill as well. Grants Resonance Blades to unit and allies from the same title as unit. Grants another action to a certain target, and if Kanto has already been triggered, re-enables Kanto. Okay. Alright, so it's the same thing. So, they give themselves a refresh as well as a Kanto refresh and Resonance Blades. That's really strong. That's really good, especially for them. Synergizes extremely well based around the additional range that they get with their style as well. I mean, I think that's a really potent combination for them to bring to the table. So, I don't know. Seems pretty ridiculous. So, okay, so we've got the whole Choose Your Legends batch. So are we gonna get the next? Oh wait, no. Okay, I thought maybe they would. Okay, a new Rearmed hero joins the battle. I thought we were gonna get another, like maybe year 1 and year 2 in this banner. It does not seem like the case. We are getting Hollow God as the Rearmed hero. We've got Varnitas, who is an armored green dragon. Okay. As we can see. Yep. And then the Savior effect. Right. Alright, so let's see. Arcane Outburst. So this is going to be inheritable, of course. 16 might, Killer Slaying effect. If foes range is 2, calculates damage. Okay, so it's got adaptive damage. Foes with range of 1 cannot warp into spaces within 3 spaces of unit. Okay, it's got the Bulwark effect. Right. At start of player phase or enemy phase, grants Resonance Blades and Resonance Shields to unit and allies within 2 spaces of unit. Oh, okay. Grants attack speed plus 15 to all stats, basically, and deals 25 damage. Grants plus 15 to all stats, and unit deals plus 25 damage. Reduces damage from foes attacks by 15. Okay, so it's the same deal as the other duos that we saw. Similar weapon effects to them, except not nearly as absurd and inheritable. So that is interesting. Okay, Dragon Ice for the special. Boost damage by 80% of units res and restores 30% of units max HP when special triggers. If both of the following conditions are met, reduces damage from foe's next attack by 40% during combat. Unit or foe special is ready, or unit or foe special triggered before or during this combat. And foe initiates combat, or unit's res is greater than or equal to foe's res minus 10 once per combat. Okay, so provided that she has, absurd res, then she doesn't really have to worry about the other conditions, more or less. Unfledged God for the A slot. Okay, distant counter. If unit attacks, after unit attacks, if Kanto triggers after Kanto, or if defending an ether raids at the start of enemy phase, applies Divine Vein Stone to unit space and spaces within 2 spaces of unit for 1 turn. Okay, so it does neutralize some of the abilities that are tied to Divine Veins at the start by the opposing offensive player. Grants plus 10 to attack defense res to unit, and unit deals plus 7 damage, reduces damage from foes attacks by 7, and unit makes a guaranteed follow-up attack. It grants special cooldown count minus 1 to unit before unit's first attack during combat. Alright. So she does get a special charge, a pre-charge, and then there is damage reduction, a guaranteed follow-up attack, there is true damage and true damage reduction. If foe initiates combat, after combat neutralizes 5 bonus effects active on foes within 3 rows or 3 columns centered on unit. If foe initiates combat after combat, neutralizes 5 bonus effects active on foes, 3 rows, 3 columns, excluding stat bonuses. Does not neutralize bonus effects applied at the same time. Neutralize first applicable bonus on the foe's list of active effects. I mean, okay, so that is quite powerful. That's quite a powerful element, because just being able to flatly remove bonus effects is quite strong. It neutralizes 5, and it's just the 5 in the order that they are in the list. I will say that these days, units have like 10 or 15 like they can easily have over like 10 bonuses in their list. So it's like, I don't know, it's kind of luck of the, I mean, it's not luck of the draw because there is like an order to the list. I don't know what that order really is. It probably warrants some further review, but I am curious as to like I guess I'm just curious as to how that's actually going to play out long term. The limitation of 5, which I'm glad that they limited it, but it's just, it feels a little arbitrary because it's like just the first 5 in a list, and I don't know how that list is necessarily generated. Scowling Fighter for the B slot skill. And do they come with the C slot? They do, of course, with the save skill, attack res, twin, melee save, or magic save, excuse me. If magic, staff, or dragon foe initiates combat against an ally within 2 spaces, trigger savior. If foe uses any of those weapons, the magic weapons, grants attack res plus 4 to unit, disables foe's effects that calculate damage using the lower, so it disables adaptive damage. Any reduces damage by X% that can be triggered only once per combat by unit's special skill, can be triggered up to twice. Okay, alright. And restore 7 HP to unit when unit deals damage to foe during combat. Okay, alright. So, yeah, I mean, certainly a powerful set of abilities. Saves allies from magic attacks, avoids 5 bonus effects on foes, disrupts enemy warps, and with her arcane weapon. Yeah, okay. So all stuff that we talked about. Again, it's pretty strong. Pretty strong. I will say dwarfed a little bit by the what we just saw and witnessed with the returning Choose Your Legends 1 units. Although the whole neutralizing of five bonuses can be pretty dastardly. It can be pretty dastardly, I will say. So Choose Your Legends, Harmonized Heroes. Yeah. And then nothing special here at all. So, okay, wait. So this is another thing. All right, so there's only 3 units on this banner. Okay, so there's 3 units on the banner. If the banner does have the typical 3% for a focus unit, that does mean that each of the characters has a 1% chance, which does mean that each individually does have a greater chance than the average banner individually, like each per character. So that's noteworthy. The other piece of this is that there's 2 units on green, which makes green particularly enticing, arguably. Whenever you're able to have multiple focus units on a particular color, and you want both of them, that's a good thing in general. It's a higher chance of getting at least one of them at some point through your green stone pulls. So that is arguably a good thing. Now another thing is that the units on this banner are all limited. So this is a new hero banner where 0 characters are dropping into the regular pool. I don't love that. I don't think that's great. They've slowly been transitioning to adding limited characters on new hero banners in general. It makes sense that they're doing that to make them more enticing, to increase the FOMO of the banners in general, because if they're dropping to the regular pool, there's a lot less incentive to go for them. But this is the first time, I think this might be the first time, where every single unit on the banner is limited. So, I mean, I don't know what that means going forward, if that's something that they just plan to do. I also feel like they really could have made the duos drop into the regular pool. Like, I feel like they didn't have to limit them. They didn't have to lock them, especially considering that Choose Your Legends has always been about really powerful characters going into the regular pool. And this is kind of in spite of that. So they're taking those characters and making them limited. And I don't know. I feel like it's just a further step away from kind of the free-to-play friendly nature of new hero banners in general, or like, things dropping and making them widely available. I have mixed feelings about the them even bringing back the Choose Your Legends 1 characters. I think it's a cool idea. I don't know if I love how they did it. I will say that I really like the art for all of them. I kind of find myself having a harder and harder time caring about another Ike. I used to be a big fan of Ike, and now I'm just kind of like, I just find it difficult to care this anymore. I really do. And even Lynn, like we it wasn't that long ago that we got another Lynn. We had the Uma Musume Lynn. So I mean, I don't know. It feels a little weird timing wise as well. But I do feel like the art is gorgeous across the board. I mean, I love the art for Lynn and Lucina, and I would probably pull for the art alone for Lynn and Lucina. So now the elephant in the room is that they have year 1 here. So the question is, when are they going to introduce year 2? And of particular interest to me is that Camilla was one of the winners of year 2. So she is going to be brought back as a limited character, and she is probably going to be part of a duo with Veronica, which I have mixed feelings about. I personally would prefer her not being paired with Veronica. She's also the second place winner, so that means that she's going to be the piggyback. I don't really care about that piece so much, like the whole piggyback element, but I mean the Veronica Camilla pairing to me, I don't know. I'm not like necessarily looking forward to that. So I guess that's where I'm a little torn. Because I would love to see a revamp of Choose Your Legends Camilla, to a certain degree, but how it seems like it's going to be formatted, I don't love. So I don't know. This leaves me with a lot of complicated mixed feelings in general. Like this whole banner as a whole, this whole structure, the way that they organized it, the way that they announced it, the way that what that leads to questions going forward. I'm not really sure how I feel about it. I don't know. So I guess at the end of the day, if I am going to be summoning on this banner, I would summon for the Lynn and the Lucina. Ike is stupid. Like, this character is dumb as hell. But I'm not going to summon for him, because again, I'm just sick of him at this point. and I wouldn't summon for the Rearmed as well. So it really, if I was going to summon for a character, it's going to be the Lynn and Lucina. But let me know down below if you're excited for this. What are your thoughts about kind of everything overall that we talked about in terms of I guess, the limited nature of all of the units on a New Hero banner, how they're bringing the characters back, what that ultimately means for groups and winners moving forward, all that jazz. Let me know down below. Hopefully you all enjoyed the video. If you did, please consider leaving a like, commenting down below, and subscribing to the channel for more Fire Emblem Heroes content. Thank you all so much for watching. Really, really do appreciate all of you. And until next time, let's protect those skies.